CBL Baseball Monday Night Game of the Week. Tonight it's a key Troll Division matchup as the Isengard Raiders lock horns with the Dol Guldur Dragons. These two teams are tied atop the Mordor Conference Troll Division, and this is the second in a four-game series. It's pennant race baseball in September from Dol Guldur Stadium after a word from our sponsor.
Of the show is being brought to you by Gravity. When wanting to walk around on the side of our planet without inconveniently being flung to the far reaches of the solar system, more people choose gravity than any other force in the universe. So remember, when something has got you down, it's probably gravity. Clean, dependable, low maintenance gravity.
Today, there's a continuing lineup of great radio shows on this NBC station with a variety of entertainment features. Later this afternoon, Best Plays will present The Philadelphia Story, Philip Barry's highly successful comedy of manners. Starring in The Philadelphia Story on Best Plays will be Betty Furness, Joan Alexander, and Myron McCormick. In the music department this afternoon, you're invited to keep tuned for a full-hour concert from world-famed Hollywood Bowl. Today's concert will feature Dorothy Warren Scholl, Jan Pierce, and Igor Gorin. Another highly entertaining program today on NBC will be broadcast from Meredith Wilson's Music Room. Meredith will have lovely Esther Williams as his special guest, and I'm sure you'll enjoy hearing them talk about music, swimming, and anything else that happens to pop up in the course of their informal conversation. So for the finest in radio entertainment, be sure to keep tuned to the NBC Radio Network.
Welcome back. We've got a hot one tonight. It's Isengard and Dol Guldur. They're tied for the Troll Division lead in the Mordor Conference. But there's a lot of things going on in September baseball in the SGCBL. Back atop the team power rankings, the Ravenhill Darkwings, once again, as they have been most of the season, they're sitting ahead of the Minas Ithil Worms and the Bree Cheese back at the top of the power rankings. We've also seen that Ravenhill has won the Mordor Conference Goblin Division already. Their record on September 4th was enough to give them definitely give them the pennant in the Goblin Division. And we've also seen Minas Ithil over in the Shire Conference Hobbit Division secure at least a wild card spot for themselves and another trip to the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Erebor Eagles are out of time, and they're out of the playoffs. The math just doesn't work out for them, and they've been the first team that's eliminated from the playoffs. Let's take a quick look at the standings and see how things are looking in this pennant chase. In the Shire Conference Elf Division, Old Forest has a 2.5 game lead over Mirkwood. The Sylvan are trying to play catch-up, and Minas Tirith, the Titans, are still in the race. They're 5.5 games out, currently on a 3-game winning streak. As we said, Minas Ithil has secured at least a wild card, but they're 18.5 games ahead in the Shire Conference Hobbit Division, and their magic number's down to 5. They may clinch this week. In the Dwarf Division, the Bree Cheese have a 17.5 game lead over Buckleberry, and their magic number also is 5. 92-48's their record, and they're probably going to clinch this week. Meanwhile, in the Shire Conference Wild Card, the Moria Miners have been coming on like gangbusters. They're within 2 games of the second wild card. Bywater is 4.5 games ahead of Buckleberry for the first wild card, but Buckleberry's only 2 games ahead of Moria, and Moria has been playing way better ball than the Buckleberry Fairies have of late. Meanwhile, Carrick and Mirkwood both sit 5 games behind in that wild card race. Over in the Mordor Conference, in the Orc Division, the Dead Marshes Uruk-hai have a commanding 20-game lead over the Misty Mountain Hops. Hops have turned things around recently and climbed back up towards 500 a little bit, but it's too little too late. The magic number for the Uruk-hai is 5. In the Goblin Division, the Ravenhill Darkwings have already secured their trip to the pennant. Their record is 98-40, which is the best in all of baseball. The Dol Guldur Dragons and the Isengard Raiders, tonight's combatants, are tied atop the Shire Conference. The Raiders are on a 6-game winning streak and have just been burning up the charts. Meanwhile, Minas Morgul is 6 games out of the race. In the wild card, Dol Guldur and Isengard are both 6 games ahead of Minas Morgul for the first wild card spot. Minas Morgul now has a slim 1-game lead over the Lothlorien Lumberjacks. Lothlorien came within a half a game during last week, but both Minas Morgul and Lothlorien had terrible weeks, and so they stayed right where they were. Over in the leaderboards, DeForest Hammer of the Mirkwood Sylvan has a 360 batting average to lead all of baseball and the Shire Conference. Elronda Hubbard has 47 homers and leads that race. She's lost control of the RBI lead, though. She's now behind Galliamir, the Iron Giant of Bucklebury, who's got 122 RBI already. As far as pitching goes, Noisir Solorfalad has what, if it stays where it is, would be a record, an all-time record low ERA of 1.48. Solorfalad is threatening a record that's been around since, I think, 2015. Edmund Borodin of Bree has won 22 games, and Solorfalad's won 21 in the win department. And Porto Moss of Moria has got 303 strikeouts already. Gandhi Ellis Falder of Carrick has 39 saves to lead that race. In the Mortar Conference, Thrarin Samarkand of Dead Marshes is hitting .357, 3 points ahead of last week's leader, Ragnar Stonecutter III of Isengard. Gaman Lummerbrin of Minas Morgul has 43 homers to lead that race, pulling ahead of Forerunner Baggins and Erebag Star Slobberer of Ravenhill. Star Slobberer leads the RBI race with 128 RBIs. Fasser Earthhead of Ravenhill has a 1.66 ERA to lead the ERA race ahead of Snib Ninwacket of Daggerlad, who has a 2.0 ERA. And Earthhead also has 21 wins, the only 20-game winner in the Mortar Conference so far. The top 3 winners in the Mortar Conference all come from Ravenhill: Earthhead, Graves, and Kendrick. Bilbo Moss of the Dead Marshes Uruk-hai has 278 Ks, and King's Friend Tone of Ravenhill has 34 saves to lead that race. As far as Isengard goes, Isengard is being led by their hitting, and basically the hitting of Ragnar Stonecutter III. The son of the Hall of Famer who just retired recently is hitting .354. He's got 24 homers, and he's got 75 RBI. The Isengard Raiders are third in the Mortar Conference in runs scored, and they're 6th in runs against. Their leading pitcher is Dagger Drinker, who has a 14-12 record with a 3.34 ERA. Dol Guldur is doing the opposite. They're actually more on the pitching side. They're 6th in runs scored, and they're 4th in pitching in runs against. They've got the Signar Garimli with 33 saves and a 1.41 ERA closing. They've got 2 14-game winners so far, including the Slobberer, who is 14-10, and Iralinde, who is 14-11. After a word from our sponsors, we'll be back with the starting lineups. Leading off for the Isengard Raiders tonight is second baseman Gudor Degen, who is hitting .291 with 2 homers and 34 RBI. 24-year-old second baseman is leading off for the Raiders ahead of last month's Rookie of the Month, and he's won it a couple of times so far, Ragnar Stonecutter III, the shortstop, switch-hitting shortstop's hitting .354 with 24 homers and 75 RBIs in his rookie season. Brung Smiddlefidget at third base is hitting .230 with 21 homers and 67 RBI. Rukak the Seer, the center fielder, is batting fourth. He's got 28 homers, 74 RBI. Gamahir Elewin, the right fielder, bats fifth. Telegamama at first base, hitting .315, bats sixth. Ardador Taralam is in left field. He's batting seventh. James Miller, the catcher, is batting eighth, hitting .309. And on the hill will be Tyron Grudgesmith. Grudgesmith is currently at 11-8 with a 4.72 ERA. On the road, he's 4-6, 4.88 ERA. And so far against Dol Guldur, he's 1-2 with a 4.5 ERA. Leading off for the hometown Dol Guldur Dragons, Nolak Hartdrager, the left fielder. Gorbadoc Trample at shortstop, bats second. Norman Xanatos, the catcher, veteran catcher, switch hitting .295, 29 homers, and 87 RBI. Carly Brockhouse, the right fielder, bats fourth. Carly's got 20 homers and 85 RBI. And Hisson Rockdelver, the third baseman, is hitting .270 with 23 homer and also 85 RBI. The center fielder, Saradur McNeil, bats sixth. Legil Ewemir bats seventh. He's the first baseman. Ulysses Longshoreman is playing second base for the Dragons. And on the hill is Hashi Contreras. Contreras has an 11-5 record with a 4.03 ERA. He's 7-4 at home with a 3.56 ERA. And 3-0 against the Isengard Raiders, 3.12 ERA. Almost ready for the opening pitch.
If you're swinging, if you're boating, if you're pitching, if you're floating, you need Nestle's Quicken Milk this summer. If you're training, if you're racing, try the drink that's really bracing. It's Nestle's Quicken Milk this summer.
Delicious chocolatey Quick makes the most wonderful energy drink. Gives you all the health of milk plus Quick's own vitamins and iron. Never sticky sweet, so it really quenches thirst. Get cool, get a great chocolatey treat, and get lots of energy builders.
Take a tip from all us bright kids. It's the drink that's really right, kids. Ask for Nestle's Quicken Milk this summer. Oh, N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle's makes the very best chocolate.
Here we are at Dol Guldur Stadium. 350 down the left field line, 370 to left, 390 to the left field power alley, 412 to deep center field. It's a little bit different in right field. It's a little further out, 395 to the power alley, 375 to right field, and 355 down the right field line. We've got the Dragons against the Raiders. Isengard is tied with Dol Guldur in the Troll division. They both have 78 and 62 records. The Raiders hope to extend their 6-game winning streak tonight. Dol Guldur leads the season series 9-6. It's 67 degrees and partly cloudy. The wind's blowing in from left at 15 miles per hour. Hashi Contreras gets the start for Dol Guldur. He's 11-5 with a 4.03 ERA. He's struck out 106 in 140 innings. Here's Guldur again, hitting .291 with 2 homers and 34 RBI. Contreras slings it. That one is a changeup for ball one. We're underway. The Raiders and the Dragons have 7 games in September, and they finish up the season meeting against each other in a 3-game series, so it should get exciting down the wire. We're in playoff baseball. 1 ball, no strikes. Contreras goes into the full windup. Delivers. Again swings and hits it high in foul territory over the first base dugout. Ewemir has no play. Nolak Hartdrager is in left. McNeil's in center. Brockhouse in right. Got Rockdelver Trample, Longshoreman, and Ewemir around the horn, and Norman Xanatos behind the plate. Contreras toes the rubber, kicks and fires. That's a ball, low. Contreras, pretty good fastball. He's 11-5 so far this year, but he's had Isengard's number. There's a pitch, strike 2 called. The count on Degen is 2-2. The windup in the pitch, strike 3 called. Got him looking with a fastball. Here's the hot rookie, Ragnar Stonecutter III, batting .354 with 24 homers, 75 RBI. Contreras looks in for the sign, winds up, and it's high and away for a ball. Stonecutter has been living up to his name. The pitch to Stonecutter, he swings, pulls it foul near the dugout. 182 hits. .428 on base percentage. The pitch, low and inside with a fork ball, ball 2. The pitch, he lays off a changeup. That's ball 3. Contreras goes into the windup. The 3-1 pitch, the swing, hit on a line towards short. Base hit for Stonecutter. Here's Vrung Smiddlefidget, batting .230 for the Raiders. It's the top of the first with 1 out. Contreras from the set. Here's the pitch. Stonecutter III takes off for second. Strike 1 with a fastball. Xanatos guns it to Trample, and he is out. Xanatos has cut down 30 out of 72 would-be base stealers this year. Here's the pitch. Smiddlefidget swings and taps it down the first baseline foul. Testing the arm of Norman Xanatos already. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That swinging a foul. Raiders have been hot lately. Contreras gets the sign, readies and fires. Change up low for ball 1. Contreras rocks and fires. Struck him out with a slider. That's 2 strikeouts now for Hashi Contreras. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. The score is 0-0 with Dol Guldur coming up. Tonight's contest is sponsored by Alric's Ale. Brewed only with the finest barley from the Shire, Alric's just tastes better. So the next time you're out carousing, ask the innkeep for a tankard of Alric's. Alric's Ale, the clear choice. Tyron Greggsmith gets the call for the Raiders. He's got an 11-8 record with a 4.72 ERA. The leadoff hitters, Nolak Hartdrager. Greggsmith into the windup, the delivery, check swing, and he held up for ball 1. Hartdrager is hitting .240, 7 homers. He's a spray hitter. Out in left, we've got Terralom, Rukak the Seer in center, Elowin in right field. Smiddlefidget at third, Stonecutter at short, Degen at second, Gamama at first, and James Miller behind the plate. Now the pitch. Hartdrager swings, hit on the ground, back up the middle of the diamond. Tough play for Degen. Throw to first, and he's out on a close play. Here's Gorbadoc Trample. Dol Guldur bats with 1 down. Greggsmith wheels and deals and gets a strike looking at a fastball. These 2 pitchers are matched up pretty evenly. Greggsmith winds up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Trample tips it foul. 0-2 on the batter, Trample. Greggsmith is ready. Into the windup. The pitch. High with a fastball. I don't think Greggsmith throws quite as hard as Contreras. That one's fouled straight back. The delivery from Greggsmith. Strike 3 called. Trample's a strikeout victim. Got him on a fastball. Here's Norman Xanatos, a .295 hitter. Base is empty, 2 out. The windup, the pitch. He swings and grounds it foul, third base side. The pitch. Xanatos swings, hit sharply on the ground toward the middle. Stonecutter breaks left, has it near the bag. No chance to get him. He's just going to hold on to it, and Xanatos picks up an infield single. The batter's Carly Brockhouse. Dol Guldur has a runner on first with 2 down. Grudge Smith is set, brings home. It's a pitch out, ball one. They're looking out for Xanatos down there. I don't know how many steals Xanatos has got this year so far. "14 steals so far this year, been caught 13 times. Grudge Smith ready to deal. Here it is, swing and a miss at a fastball. The pitch. Now splitter is low. Brockhouse has 20 homers, 85 RBI, 2-1 the count. Grudge Smith steps off the rubber. Now he's back on. Brockhouse rolls that one toward third foul. Grudge Smith gets the sign, the stretch, the 2-2 offering. Xanatos is running, struck him out with a fastball. The inning is over. That's it. No runs. One hit. One runner left on base. And after one, it's no score.
Forward march! Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me. A big parade is so inspiring. Oh, I'm glad I'm not an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I never want to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, there would soon be nothing left of me.
Welcome back. It's the top of the second. No score. Both teams have had a hit in the beginning of this game. Stonecutter had a single, got cut down by Xanatos trying to steal, and Xanatos had a single and got left on base when the strikeout ended the inning. To the plate comes Rukak the Seer from the windup to the pitch. The Seer takes it inside, ball one. The pitch from Contreras, fastball, strike. Got some other games underway, some early scoring going on in some of those other games. We'll take a look at those in a little bit. Here's the pitch, knee high on the inside corner for strike two. The pitch, swung on, hit in the air to left. Heartdragger moves under it. He makes the play, and there's one out. The batter up is Gamayahir Elewin, who owns a .227 average, 3 homers, 31 RBI. There's one out. Contreras pitches, checks swing. The ump said he did not offer, and that's ball one. Contreras ready, deals, swing and a miss for strike two. He took something off that pitch. I think that we're a mistake. It's only strike one. 1-1 is the count. The pitch, the swing, pulled foul into the lower box seats, and now we got 2 strikes on him. Contreras with the delivery, low with a fastball. Contreras rocks and fires. Down he goes on a changeup. Another strikeout for Contreras. Here's Telegamama. Base is empty, 2 out. We'll wind up the pitch. Hits on a line to short left. It drops in for a base hit. Moving in to hit is Ardador Terralom with a .137 batting average. There's 2 out. Contreras works from the set. The pitch, strike one called. Excuse me. Toss to first, the runner's back. The count is 0-1. Contreras gets the sign. The pitch. Fastball is low and inside. Been out adventuring and have a huge sack of gold? Why carry it with you? Take it to the Bank of Rivendell and they'll keep it safe. Bank of Rivendell, the smart choice. Terralom swings, grounds it hard, wide of first. Lunging stop by Longshoreman, deep in the hole, from his knees. The throw to Eowymere, close but safe. That'll be an infield hit for Terralom. Gamama goes down to second. It was a nice stop by Longshoreman, but couldn't quite get it over there in time to nip Terralom. James Miller, the catcher, is up now. He's a 309 hitter. 2 on for Isengard with 2 out. Contreras comes to the belt. He delivers, and that's a ball. 1-0 count on Miller. From the stretch, Contreras deals. Forkball taken for a strike. Here's the pitch. Swing by Miller. Weak pop fly out to shallow left. The left fielder Heartdragger lines it up, and he catches it. That's 3 down. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. After 1.5, it's no score. Let's take a look around at the other games going on right now. It's the middle of the 7th in Lake Town as Erebor has a 9-2 lead over the Archers. It's the top of the 2nd in in Carrick, where the Carrick Bears have a 1-0 lead over Buckleberry. Buckleberry's got 2 runners on right now. Bottom of the 2nd in Moria, Bree has a 1-0 lead over the Miners. In Dead Marshes, Dunharrow is losing to Dead Marshes 4-1 in the bottom of the 1st, and the Urukai are still batting. Their magic number's down to 5. They're trying to close it out. At Minas Morgul, Daggerlad's got a 1-0 lead over the Slayers. Later on, we've got Numenor at Lothlorien, Old Forest at Rivendell, Misty Mountain at Grey Havens, Weathertop at Ravenhill for a doubleheader. In the first game, the Darkwings came up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Weathertop Witch Kings 4-3. Back here, it's the bottom of the 2nd, and there's no score. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Raiders. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Dragons. Here's Hisson Rockdelver. He's hit .333 against Isengard with 6 homers and 18 RBI. Grudge Smith winds it up and fires high for ball 1. He's had the Raiders' number this year. The pitch, that one misses high. Grudge Smith winds up, the 2-0 pitch. Rockdelver with a swing, hard drive down the line to deep right field, but it'll end up foul. 2-1 the count. From the windup, Grudge Smith delivers. Swung on hot ground ball straight up the middle. DeGen plays it, sends it to first, and Rockdelver is retired. Sarader McNeil gets set to hit against Grudge Smith. Sarader's batting .241 with 15 homer and 67 RBI. Base is empty with 1 out. The pitch misses away. Grudge Smith stares in, gets the sign. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1. 1-1 count on McNeil. Grudge Smith peers in for the sign, gets one he likes. Ball 2 very high. The count is 2-1. Grudge Smith toes the slab, winds and fires. Fastball over for a strike. Evens the count 2-2. Grudge Smith with the delivery, high for a ball. The pitch, the swing, hit up in the air on the infield, left side in foul territory. Smiddlefidget measures it, and he makes the catch to retire McNeil. Here's Legil Eowymere, the Dragons' first baseman, hitting .296 this year with 11 homers and 44 RBI. It's the bottom of the 2nd with 2 out. Eowymere swings, comebacker. Grudge Smith handles it, lobs it to first for the out. That's 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and after 2, it's no score.
Folks who travel everywhere, from Trinidad to Monaco, say the service can't be beat with what we give at Conoco. Check the oil, shine your glass, fill it up with Conoco gas.
Top of the 3rd, no score between the Isengard Raiders and the Dol Guldur Dragons. Both of them are tied atop the Troll division. We got a substitute. Here's Flambard Roper batting as a pinch hitter for the pitcher already. He's hitting .259 as a pinch hitter with 2 homers and 5 RBI. Roper was the player of the week last week. There's a ball low. That's somewhat surprising. Wondering if maybe there's a problem with the Isengard pitcher. Let's check the bench and see if we've got an injury situation here. Doesn't look like it. He's exhausted, though. Apparently he pitched yesterday. Oh, goodness. Apparently Grudgesmith pitched a game just yesterday. 8 1/3 innings in a win against Dol Guldur, the win that tied the series up. So that's kind of odd that the manager chose to have him start this game to begin with. It's that important to the Raiders, apparently. Contreras has the sign and delivers, low and outside for ball 2. Well, Grudgesmith did his job the first 2 innings. Playing this like it's playoff baseball already. Here's Contreras throwing. Roper takes that one inside for ball 3. Contreras shakes off the sign, gets one he likes, the 3-0 delivery, and that's ball 4. Roper's on base, free ride for Roper. The hitter will be Degen. 1 on, nobody out. Contreras gets set. The pitch, taken low for ball 1. Contreras brings it. Ball 2 low. Have to see if they pull a double switch and keep Roper in the game. Roper, in general, is a first baseman, so probably not, unless they take Gamama out. Here's from the stretch the pitch. Check swing. The appeal. Again, didn't go around. That's ball 3. That's 7 straight balls thrown by Contreras. He hasn't hit the mark in a little bit. Contreras works to Degen. Ball 4, a fastball. Looking all the way. 2 straight walks. Going down to second is Roper. And look what's coming to the plate. Ragnar Stonecutter III will be the hitter. He's gone 1 for 1. Runners at first and second with no one out. The stretch, the pitch, low for the 9th straight pitch that's out of the strike zone. Here's the pitch. Stonecutter swings. A hard base hit to center. Roper to third. Degen goes to second. Roper holds up at third. Bases are loaded for Smiddlefidget. In the box is Smiddlefidget. He's 30 for 109, 275 with runners in scoring position. Tight spot for Contreras. He could use a strikeout. He kicks and fires. That one's popped to the right, headed for the seats. Lands more than a few rows back. Contreras pitches low for ball 1. Could use a double play grounder as well. 1-1 count on Smiddlefidget. Contreras at the belt. The pitch. Swung on. Fastball bounced foul. The pitch. Good swing, fouled off. They're making Contreras work this inning. The right-hander delivers, swung on, pounded hard on the ground to the right side. Ewermir gloves it, feeds it to second for 1, trampled with the throw back to first, and he's out. Smiddlefidget is easily doubled up. They turn a 3-6-3 double play. Roper scores on the play. Degen goes to third. It's 1-0 Isengard. That could have been worse. The batter up is Rukak the Seer. Isengard has a man at third with 2 down. From the stretch, Contreras fires inside with the forkball. 1-0 count on the Seer. From the stretch, Contreras deals. The Seer swings, sent high in the air to deep right. Going back on it is Brockhouse, but it's gone! Rukak the Seer drives a fastball into the stands. That gives him 29 homers this season. That one was 405 feet by the tape measure, and the Raiders are now up 3-0. Digging in is Gamma here, LON. None on, 2 out. The windup in the pitch. Strike call in the outside corner. The count is 0-1. The windup, the pitch. Swung on and fouled into the upper deck. Bit of an unorthodox move. Pinch hitting for the pitcher. Actually, even starting that pitcher that early for the Raiders, but it seems to have paid off with Roper doing his job, getting on base, DeGen getting on base, Stonecutter getting on base, and Middle Fidget driving them in, even though it was with a double play, and then the homer by Rukak the Seer. Contreras winds and fires the 0-2 pitch, and there was a fastball for ball 1. It missed in the dirt. Xanatos stopped it. Nobody on base to worry about, though. Contreras toes the rubber, winds, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Elowen swings and rips it foul back in the seats. Contreras into the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Misses low with a slider. The pitch, and he takes a fastball outside. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Catcher Xanatos sets his target. Contreras fires. Elowen swings. Pounded to the left side and through for a base hit. Rockdelver lunged for it, but came up empty-handed. Rough inning for Contreras. Gamama, the hitter. He's 1 for 1. Isengard bats with 2 down. Contreras comes set. The pitch inside with a slider. The pitch from Contreras. Ball outside. The next pitch from Contreras. Gamama swings, and he missed it. That one wasn't actually going to be a strike either. He swung at a bad pitch there. It would have been ball 3. A quick throw to first, and he's back safe. Elowen's back safe. 2-1 the count. Contreras from the stretch. The pitch. Gamama takes a fastball low. 3-1. The count is 3-1. Contreras gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch. The swing. Sky high pop up on the infield. Under it is Trample, and he makes the catch. Middle of the third. The Raiders push 3 runs across. The Raiders grab the lead 3-0. Do you ever wonder why brie cheese tastes so good? It's because brie cows and goats are fed only the finest clover and grass. When you start with quality milk, you get quality cheese. Try some brie cheddar, or even some brie brie. Brie cheese, so good. Headed to the bottom of the third, and the Dragons are in a hole 3-0. We've got the new pitcher for the Raiders. It's El Ramli Falavirin. In 16 games, he's 1-2 with a 5.90 ERA. The second baseman, Ulysses Longshoreman, is up from the windup. Falavirin kicks and fires. Longshoreman takes it for strike 1. He didn't pull a double switch. Falavirin slots into the number 9 hole, which is kind of odd since he'd be batting third in the next inning, but looks like it's going to be a short time for this reliever anyway. Falavirin into his motion, brings it. Longshoreman takes a fastball inside. The 1-1 pitch. Longshoreman swings. Routine ground ball to Middle Fidget. He gobbles it up, throws across the diamond to get Longshoreman. Up to bat is Hashi Contreras. The pitcher's batting 182. He's got 2 RBI. Dol Guldur bats with 1 out. The windup in the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. Leg kick. The pitch. Misses inside with a fastball up near his head. The windup, the 1-1 pitch, fastball low. The pitch from Falavirin, swung on, roller toward first, and that one's foul. Evens the count, 2-2. Falavirin rocks, kicks, and delivers. Contreras swings, lifts it to right. Elowen drifts under it and closes his glove on it for out number 2. The batter up is Nolak Heartdragger. Nobody on, 2 out. Felaviran into the windup. The delivery. High with the fastball. Heartdragger's 0 for 1 today. Felaviran winds up the 1-0 pitch. Low and inside for ball 2. Felaviran is ready. Deals. Inside with the curveball. Felaviran gets the sign. He's ready. The 3-0 pitch. Heartdragger swings. Pops it back toward the screen. Miller may have a play, but it reaches the screen foul. Pitch on the way. Swing by Heartdragger. Fastball chop foul. Had him 3-0, and it's now 3-2. Felaviran has the sign from Miller. Comes home. Misses the strike zone for ball 4. Here's Trample, throw to first, but Heartdragger is back easily. Throw to first chases Heartdragger back again. Dragons have some speed on this team. There's 2 out, the stretch, the pitch, and there's a fastball strike. Felaviran deals the 0-1 pitch. Curveball strike, knee high on the outside corner. Pretty pitch. Felaviran has Trample in the hole. Here he comes. Check swing, and he offered for strike 3. The inning is over. Score is still 3-0. Raiders over the Dragons.
Pepsi-Cola, it's the spot. 12 full ounces, that's a lot. Twice as much for a nickel, too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you. Nickel, 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 trickle, trickle, nickel, 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 trickle, 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 nickel, 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 nickel.
It's the top of the 4th with the Isengard Raiders leading in this game 3-0. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Isengard. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Dragons. Hashi Contreras is back out on the hill for Dol Guldur, and he's set to face the left fielder, Ardador Teralam. He's gone 1 for 1. Contreras goes into his windup, rocks and fires. Teralam swings and misses a fastball for strike 1. See if Contreras can pull things back together from that pretty bad, pretty shaky 3rd inning. Right-hander rocks and fires, low with a fastball. Pitch made, low for ball 2. Down in the bottom 3rd of the order for the Raiders, Teralam, Miller, and the pitcher spot coming up. Pitch low. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit up in the air, out toward right. Brockhouse gets under it, and he's got it for out number 1. Digging in is Miller, the Raiders' catcher. Isengard bats with 1 down. Contreras goes into the full windup, delivers, forkball for strike 1. Contreras winds up the 0-1 pitch. Too far inside, and Miller is hit by the pitch. Must have grazed his uniform. He'll take first base. And the hitter is Felaviran. Isengard bats with 1 out. Contreras gets the sign from the stretch. Felaviran squares to bunt. Pulls back for ball 1. I guess they're going to leave him in there just to bunt. The corners have come in now. Trying to get Miller over to second with 1 out. 1-0 count on Felaviran from the stretch. Contreras deals. Felaviran squares and bunts it toward first. Awamir comes in to field it. Throw to longshoreman, covers first base. Felaviran's cut down. That was a good sacrifice bunt. Miller is down to second. But there's 2 out now. Statistically, the wisdom of that play is a little bit questionable. It does keep the pitcher in the game, though. Here comes Degen. 1 on, 2 out. Contreras comes set. The pitch. Changeup for a strike. Degen with a wry smile at the man in blue. He didn't think so. Contreras sends it in. Big cut. Lifted up and out of play, and now it's 0-2. Contreras from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Low and outside with a fastball. Try to get him to chase. Counts 1-2 on Degen. Contreras toes the rubber, has the sign. Now from the stretch, the pitch. Degen swings, hard line drive toward short. Trample stretches for it, and he pulls it in. Good play. That retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on base, and the score is still 3-0 Raiders. Wizards and witches, mages and sorcerers, come on down to Al's Alchemical Alley. Al's has got everything from frost giant teeth to four-leaf clover, from troll blood to dragon scales. You'll find just the right ingredient at Al's. Al's Alchemical Alley, that's the stuff. Coming into the bottom of the fourth, here comes Norman Xanatos to face Felaviren. He's gone 1 for 1. Then there's a fly ball to center. The Seer ambles under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Carly Brockhouse is up. Dol Guldur bats with 1 down. Felaviren winds it up, fires. He pulls it foul. The count's 0-1 from the windup. Felaviren delivers. Ball 1. The 1-1 pitch coming. Swung on, fouled straight back to the screen. Felaviren delivers. Struck him out with a fastball. That's 2 down. Rock Delver checks in. Nobody on, 2 out. Felaviren looks in at Miller. Gets a sign he likes. Winds up and fires. In there with a fastball. One strike to count. Felaviren into the windup. And the pitch. Rock Delver takes a curveball outside. Felaviren hasn't had a lot of luck. He's got a really good strikeout to walk ratio, 45 Ks to 19 walks, but he's given up a lot of runs. He's got a 5.66 ERA. Not much movement. He's got good control, pretty good stuff, but not much movement on his pitches. That one's hit in the air to deep left. Terrelom gets under it, and he squeezes it for the out, and that's 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Isengard is still leading after 4, 3-0.
Once upon a time there was an engineer. Choo-choo Charlie was his name, we hear. He had an engine and he sure had fun. He used good and plenty candy to make his train run.
Charlie says, love my good and plenty. Charlie says, really rings the bell. Charlie says, love my good and plenty. Don't know any other candy that I love so well.
Top of the 5th, 3-0 Isengard. Here comes Ragnar Stonecutter to face off against Contreras. He hasn't been retired yet. He's 2 for 2. Contreras toes the rubber into the windup, kicks and fires, and Stonecutter takes a slider for a strike. The count is 0-1. The windup, the pitch. Stonecutter swings, bounce it back to the mound. Contreras handles it, flips it to Aoamir for the out. And that's 1 down. Here's Smiddlefidget. Rung Smiddlefidget steps up to the plate. Hitless in the game, 0 for 2. Base is empty with 1 out. The fastball's in there for a strike. Looked a little bit outside on our box. Smiddlefidget pitches. Smiddlefidget gets the pitch and swings and misses a fastball almost in the same spot as the called strike. A little bit further out. 2-strike pitch from Contreras. Smiddlefidget takes a slider way inside. Open up that plate, open up that strike zone a bit more. Smiddlefidget's got to be looking inside, got to be looking outside, got to be looking up, got to be looking down. He's in a hole. 1-2 on the hitter. The windup, the pitch. He swings at it. Grounds it towards short. Trample pulls it in. Throws to first. And Smiddlefidget is out for out number 2. Here's our homer, Rukak the Seer. He's 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer back in the 3rd. Contreras winds up. Here's the pitch. Changeup called strike. Sears got 29 homer and 76 RBI on the season. 0-1 pitch. Contreras into the windup. lets it go. Strike 2 called. Contreras into the windup, deals the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, strike 3. 3 straight pitches. That's 3 down. Isengard is still leading 3-0. Bill's Bonnie Pipeweed is the pipeweed of choice for players in this league and around Middle-earth. Bill's Bonnie Pipeweed gives you smooth flavor and satisfying rings of smoke after a long, hard march. Bill's, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Here's Senator McNeil. Philaviren is still out there. He winds and fires. Fastball misses outside. Philaviren winds up the 1-0 pitch. Low with a fastball. The pitch. That one's inside. 3-0 to McNeil. The count's 3-0. Philaviren winds and fires. That one's a strike. McNeil laying off, holding up the whole way. He tosses the 3-1. That one's high into the seats, right side, foul. Makes it 3-2. Philaviren winds the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled into the seats off third. The windup, the 3-2 pitch. McNeil with a swing, popped up down the first base line, and that one's into the seats, foul. The catcher Miller sets his target. Philaviren fires. There's a lazy fly ball towards short center field. Rukak the seer closes in on it and pulls it down for out number 1. The batter will be Eoamir. Base is empty, 1 out. Philaviren winds up the pitch. That one goes by for a strike. Bottom of the 5th, 3-0 Raiders. That's a high fastball for ball number 1. Philaviren brings the 1-1. Eoamir swings, hard shot on the ground to the left side of the infield. Stonecutter plays it, throws it to first, and Eoamir is out. Ulysses Longshoreman will be the batter. Base is empty, 2 out. The delivery from Philaviren in the dirt with a changeup. Philaviren with the pitch. Misses with a changeup, another one in the dirt. (2-0) count on Longshoreman. Philaviren goes into the windup. Longshoreman watches that one miss outside. From the windup, the 3-0 offering. Another ball, and down to first goes Longshoreman. El Ramley Philaviren has now walked 20 batters this season. And they're not pinch hitting for Contreras. The pitcher is up with 2 outs and a runner at first. Dol Guldur has a runner at first, 2 out. The stretch, the pitch. That one misses high. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The 1-1 pitch, fastball. That one's low for a ball. That one almost bounced into the opposite batter's box of Contreras. 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. That one was high and tight. Umpire seems to be calling things a little bit outside the box tonight. 2-2. Philaviren gets the sign, the pitch, outside corner, strike 3. That's 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on base. Score is still 3-0. Raiders over Dragons.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Schaefer pleasure doesn't fade even when your thirst is done. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one beer
Caper, the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Top of the sixth, it's 3-0 Isengard. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Raiders. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Dragons. Back out on the hill is Hashi Contreras. He's gone 5 innings, given up 3 runs on 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. LA Win is up. He's 1 for 2 today. Contreras studies the sign, nods, the windup, and the pitch. Strike called, a fastball. Some umpires got a wide strike zone tonight. The pitch, fastball outside. Not that wide, though. Here's the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 away. 2-1 the count from the windup. Contreras deals. Line drive to left field. Heartdragger ranges over and makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Telegamama. He's 1 for 2. A windup by Contreras. That one's ripped foul. Contreras to the plate. Knee high on the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the pitch from Contreras. Fastball, high and tight. Ooh, right up near his head. 1-2 delivery. Swung on, hit in the air to deep center field. Back on its McNeil, and he'll get there to make the catch for out number 2. Long run for Serador McNeil, the center fielder, but he pulled it in. Here's Ardador Teralam. He's 1 for 2. Base is empty with 2 out. Contreras into the windup, fires it in low for ball 1. The pitch, Teralam swings, fouls it away to the right. Hobbits in this league go to Harefoot Harry's Foot Hair Trimming Salon and Spa. At Harefoot Harry's, Tooks, Brandybooks, Gamgees, and Bagginses are all treated like kings. Whether you're a puttyfoot or a tunnelie, treat yourself with a trip to Mickle Delving and Harefoot Harry's. The pitch from Contreras misses with a fastball. 2-1 count on Teralam. Here's the pitch. Swung on and he missed it. Strike 2. That one was quite high. Contreras delivers very low for ball 3. Contreras winds the 3-2 pitch. Teralam swings, dribbled toward third. Xanatos gets to it quickly, turns and wings it to first for the out. That's 3 down. Scores still 3-0 Raiders. Checking the other scores, it's the middle of the 4th, and Carrick has taken an 11-3 lead over the Buckleberry Fairies in their game in Carrick. In Dead Marshes, it's 4-2. The Uruk High are still ahead of the Dunharrow Devils, trying to close out their Orc Division race. At Moria, the Miners have a 5-0. They come up with 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, take a 5-2 lead, over the Brie Cheese. Minas Morgul has come back against the Daggerlad Disaster in Minas Morgul. It's the middle of the 6th, and it's 5-1 Minas Morgul. Later on, it'll be Old Forest at Rivendell and Numenor at Lothlorien. We got a final at Lake Town. It's Erebor 10. They hung on 10-9. They scored 1 run in the 9th inning, leading 9. They were leading 9-2 in the 8th inning, and the Archers came back with 4 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th, but it wasn't enough. Another game, Misty Mountain at Grey Havens later on. Ravenhill beat Weathertop, coming up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th in their first game of a doubleheader, defeating the Witch Kings 4-3. And in the second game, Ravenhill has a 3-2 lead. Weathertop just came up with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. It's the middle of the 6th. Back here, it's 3-0 Raiders in the bottom of the 6th. The Dragons only have 1 hit so far against Isengard pitching. Heartdragger's up there now. Felivarian checks the sign, winds and fires. There's a pop fly to center. Rukak the Seer comes in and snags it for out number 1. Here's Gorbadoc Trample. He's got an offer going so far. Dol Guldur bats with 1 out. The wind up to the pitch to Trample. On the outside corner, strike 1. Filivirin toes the rubber, winds, delivers the 0-1 pitch. Trample takes it inside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch coming, high for ball 2. Right-hander rocks and fires, swung on and drilled foul left side. Pitch made, swing and a miss. He got Trample swinging. Norman Xanatos steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. There's 2 out. Filivirin winds, fires, and is high with a fastball. Filivirin kicks and deals. That one's fouled away to the left. The pitch, that's a ball. The count is 2-1 on Xanatos. From the windup, the pitch from Filivirin, swung on, slow bouncing ball near the line at first, but the ball's foul. 2-2 on Xanatos. Filivirin into his windup, lets it go, hit sharply towards second. Base hit for Xanatos. Carly Brockhouse is up to bat now. He's hitless in 2 trips. Pickoff throw to first. Xanatos is safe. Brockhouse has 20 homer, 85 RBI. Snap throw to first. Filivirin throws it away. Xanatos goes to second. Runner on second with 2 out. Filivirin comes set. Now the pitch. Brockhouse takes it for ball 1. The count's 1-0. Filivirin fires. Brockhouse swings. Towering fly ball to deep center field. The Searer gives chase near the track, and he grabs it. End of inning number 6. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error by the Raiders. A runner left on base. It's still 3-0. Raiders over Dragons.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America is asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along a levee, performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA. See it in your Chevrolet.
It's the 7th inning. The Raiders are closing in on taking sole possession of the Mortar Conference Troll Division with a win tonight. They'll be a game ahead of the Dol Guldur Dragons. They're leading 3-0. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Raiders. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dragons. Hashi Contreras is back out on the hill, and he'll get set to face James Miller, the catcher. To wind up the pitch, Miller checks his swing, and it's a ball low and inside. One ball, no strikes. The windup, the pitch, and that's ball 2, low and outside. Contreras delivers a strike knee-high on the inside corner. From the windup, the 2-1. Miller swings, hard liner out to short center field, drops in for a base hit. The Raiders have the leadoff runner in the top of the 7th. Now pitching for the Dol Guldur Dragons, Pimja the Pitiful. 2 for 1 with a 2.13 ERA. And we got a pinch hitter. Liver Trembler is taking over, batting .250 as a pinch hitter. Runner on first with nobody out. The Pitiful from the stretch. Kicks and fires, a splitter for a strike. Pimja the Pitiful, 2-1 with 80 strikeouts, 21 walks, 2.13 ERA. Can get the ball up there at 99 miles an hour. Mugak Liver Trembler, the pinch hitter for the pitcher for Filivirin, is hitting .209 on the season, 7 homers, 23 RBI. As a pinch hitter, he's 8 for 32. From the stretch, the 0-1 swung on and bounced foul. Isengard trying to tack on another run to their 3-0 lead. 0-2 the count. The next pitch, swinging a foul back near home plate. Contreras is responsible for Miller out at first. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Low with a fastball. Pimja the Pitiful is a ground ball pitcher. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Liver Trembler takes ball 2. Here's the pitch. Very high and tight, and that's ball 3. 100 miles an hour on the gun on that fastball, up near the head. Three-two the count. The Pitiful is set. Here comes the pitch. He loses him. Ball 4. Miller moves to second. Standing in to hit is Guldur again. He's hitless today in 2 at-bats. 2 on for Isengard with nobody out. The stretch and the pitch. Ball 1. Fastball low and outside. The Pitiful kicks and fires. Low with a splitter. The Pitiful from the stretch. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. Fastball. From the stretch, the Pitiful is set. 2-1 pitch. This one's lifted down the line to shallow right field. Brockhouse charging. Sliding attempt, and he comes up with it. Nice play by Carly Brockhouse out in right field. Sliding into foul territory for out number 1. The runners hold. The hitter is Stonecutter. He's 2 for 3 today. 2 on for Isengard with 1 out. The Pitiful out of the stretch. That's strike 1. Raiders trying to get a run across. Pitiful has the sign. He misses with a fastball. The Dragons trying to keep it a 3-run game. 1-1 count on Stonecutter. The Pitiful from the stretch deals the swing. Looper to short left. Heartdragger chases after it, but he can't get to it. It's in there for a hit. Miller goes to third. Going to second is Liver Trembler, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Sprung Smiddlefidget is up for Isengard. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Sacks full, 1 out. Pitiful from the stretch. Comes home with it. Smiddlefidget fouls it high on the backstop. Smiddlefidget's got 21 homers, 67 RBI. The pitch on the way. Ball 1 in the dirt. A ball and a strike to Smiddlefidget. The stretch, the pitch. He offers out a fastball. Strike 2. The count is 1-2 from the stretch. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. Nice block by Xanatos. Keeping the runners where they are. In comes the pitch. Check swing. And he offered strike 3. 2 down. Rukak the Seer gets in the box. He's 1 for 3 with a homer. Isengard bats in the top of the 7th with the bases full and 2 out. The Pitiful comes to the set position, delivers. The Seer holds up, and that's ball 1. That was high and tight. The 1-0 pitch. The Seer swings, pops it up high in the air to shallow right field down the line. Eowymir sprints toward it, but it's foul. He can't get to it. A ball and a strike to the Seer. The Pitiful from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Pimja the Pitiful trying to get out of this jam. Bases loaded with 2 out. 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled. Xanatos sets the target. The pitch comes in. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Pim to the Pitiful gets him with a splitter. Records his second strikeout. Middle of the 7th, and it's 3-0 Raiders. Home fans get up on their feet for the 7th inning stretch. We've got a new pitcher. It's the bottom of the 7th now, with the Raiders leading 3-0. Oh my goodness. Owanin of the Hildor is taking over for the Raiders. He's got a 3-0 record with a 2.68 ERA. The lefty, Owanin of the Hildor, he's got a 3-0 record, as we said, 2.68 ERA, 54 strikeouts to 19 walks. Rock Delver is hitless in 2 trips. Hildor checks the sign, the pitch, the fastball is low. Time's running out for the Dragons. Here's the pitch. Rock Delver takes strike 1. Here's the pitch. The swing. Nub toward the pitcher of the Hildor. Gets it. Throws it to first. And Rock Delver is out. McNeil's the batter for Dol Guldur. He's without a hit in 2 tries. Base is empty. 1 out. Into the windup. Owanin delivers. And the splitter is low. He winds up the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Owanin into the windup. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging strike at a fastball. The pitch misses for ball 3. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch on the outside corner with a fastball for strike 2. Full count pitch. Swung on, rolled toward third, but foul. Payoff pitch. McNeil tries to hold up. Miller asks for an appeal. And the ump brings up his fist. That's a strikeout. 2 down. The batter is the first baseman, Lagil Awamir. He's hitless in this contest. Base is empty. 2 out. Owanin of the Hildor wheels and deals. Inside, ball 1. Now the pitch. Swung on, hard grounder toward the right side. Gamama fields it on a big hop near the bag and steps on the base. Awamir is retired, unassisted by the first baseman. The inning is over, and the score is still 3-0 Raiders.
Hot dog, Armour hot dog. What kinds of kids eat Armour hot dogs?
Kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks, soft kids, fifty kids,
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs.
Armour hot dogs.
The dog kids love to bite. Picking it up on the old banjo, put on the mustard and away we go.
When man bites dogs, then soon they say,
But when kids bite dogs, they yell,
hooray for hot dogs.
Armour hot dogs.
The dogs
Kids love to
Welcome back. It's the top of the 8th with the Raiders leading 3-0. Isengard comes to bat. Pim to the Pitiful takes the hill again. Gamma here, Elowin stands in. He's 1 for 3. The Pitiful rocks and fires. A half swing by Elowin, and he held up for ball 1. Raiders had the bases loaded last inning. Chance to blow it open, but they couldn't put the run across. So it's still 3-0. It's still a chance for the Dragons in the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th. The Pitiful rocks, kicks, and delivers. Elewin swings and barely gets a piece of it. 1-1 pitch coming. Elewin swings, grounded toward the bag at third. Rockdelver has it, throws to Eowymir in time for the out. Gamama is the batter. He's 1 for 3. Isengard bats with 1 down. Wind up by the Pitiful. The pitch, knee high on the inside corner with a fastball. The Pitiful wheels and deals. Gamama swings, grounder down the third base line. Rockdelver to his right, backhands it, throws it over to first, throws off target, dug out by Eowymir, and Gamama is out. Nice play on the back end by Eowymir at first base. 2 down for Terralom. He's gone 1 for 3. Base is empty. Pitiful leans in, gets the sign, into the windup, and that's a ball outside. The pitch from the Pitiful, ball too low. The next pitch from the Pitiful, low and outside. The Pitiful working to Terralom. Here it is, right down the middle, strike 1. The delivery, at the letters for strike 2. The catcher Xanatos sets the target. The Pitiful fires, half swing by Terralom. Xanatos asks for an appeal, and he went. That's a strikeout. 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's still 3-0 Isengard. Hey, is there anything better than potatoes? Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Yo quiero potatoes. Ulysses Longshoreman comes up to face Onwinin of the Hildor. Longshoreman swings and dribbles it to third. Smiddlefidget gloves it, fires to Gamama in time for the first out in the bottom of the 8th. We've got a pinch hitter for the pitcher. It's Minta Hardbottle. Minta Hardbottle is at the plate. She's had just 7 at-bats so far this season. Hitting .333 as a pinch hitter, though. That one's hit slowly in front of the plate, but rolled back foul. .286 average, 2 hits in 7 at-bats, 1 RBI. The right-handed batter facing the left-handed pitcher. 1 strike the count. Of the Hildor into the windup. Hardbottle swings, fastball grounded foul down the third base line. The next pitch, Hardbottle holds up for ball 1. One, 2 the count. The wind up the pitch, high with a fastball. 2-2 on the way. Hardbottle with a swing. Towering fly ball down the left field line. Terralom hustles over, settles under it near the foul line, and catches it for out number 2. Nolak Heartdragger marches to the plate. He's without a hit in 2 chances. It's the bottom of the 8th with 2 out. The windup in the pitch, away with a ball. 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner with a fastball. The pitch, Heartdragger swings and misses for strike 2. The 1-2 delivery, low with the fastball. Here's the pitch, the swing, line foul into the box seats behind third. The count is 2-2 of the Hildor from the windup. The pitch, Heartdragger hits it in the air to left. Terralom back on it, and he has it. That ball was hit hard enough to clear the fence, but the wind kept it in the park. That's 3 down. After 8 innings, Isengard is still ahead 3-0.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavor for rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The filter lets the flavor through. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
It's the top of the ninth with the Raiders leading 3-0. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Isengard. No runs, just 2 hits and no errors for Dol Guldur. We've got a new pitcher coming in for the Dragons. It's Raiden Ironbiter. Ironbiter, the righty. He's got a 4-1 record with a 2.0 ERA. Miller, the catcher for the Raiders, comes into the box. He's 1 for 2. Miller swings at the first pitch. Bouncer to the left side. Trample feels it. Throws it over to first, and he is out quickly. 1 pitch, 1 out. We've got a pinch hitter for the Raider pitcher. It's Fulford Trolldragger. Trolldragger is 667 as a pinch hitter with 3 homers and 4 RBI. The Raiders bat with 1 out. Fastball is in there for a strike. Trolldragger's hitting .294 with 14 homers this season. Ironbiter toes the rubber, winds, delivers the 0-1 pitch down the middle for strike 2. .0-2 pitch. Trolldragger swings, lines softly to left. Base hit for Trolldragger on an 0-2 fastball. Up now, Guldur again, hitless in 3 at-bats. 1 on, 1 out from the stretch. Ironbiter kicks and delivers. Again swings, grounder to the left side. Fielded by Trample, quick throw to second. Longshoreman throws on to first, and he's out. Double play, 3 down. The Raiders still in front, 3 inning. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. Guests of the show stay at the Prancing Pony Inn. The Prancing Pony has nightly entertainment and mysterious atmosphere. Plus, their beer comes in pints. There's only one Prancing Pony. We've got a pitcher for the Raiders. Thyamli Gandir is in there on the hill now. 7-2 with 79 strikeouts, 16 walks, 2.74 ERA. Gonna face Gorbadoc Trample, Xanatos, and Brockhouse, the heart of the lineup, coming up now for Dol Guldur, just as they want it. 3-0. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Raiders. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dragons. Lefty Thyamli Gandir, he's 7-2. In save situations, he's 32 for 34 this season. He's 3rd in the league for saves. Bottom of the 9th. Here's Trample. He's struck out every single at-bat today. Gandir checks the sign, gets one he likes, and that one's over. Fastball strike. Not the kind of hat trick the Dragons want to see out of their shortstop. No balls, 1 strike to Trample. The windup in the pitch. Swung on high bounder to the left side. Stonecutter pulls it in. Throws quickly to first for the out. There's 1 down in the 9th. The batter will be Norman Xanatos. He's 2 for 3. Dol Guldur bats with 1 down. The windup, the pitch. Swings through a fastball for strike 1. Gandir to the plate. Ball 1. He's got a fastball. He's got a splitter. He's got some really good stuff. Gandir starts his windup. The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 inside. Pushes him back off the plate. From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Low and inside with the fastball. The pitch, swing by Xanatos, fouls it off left side. It's 3-2. Gandir pitches, strike 3 called. Gandir paints the black, and that is out number 2. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball, just on the outside corner. Last chance for the Dragons. It's Carly Brockhouse. He's hitless so far with 2 strikeouts. Base is empty, 2 out. Gandir ready to go. The windup, the delivery. Ball, that was a splitter. Gandir deals. The fastball from Gandir is low for ball 2. Last chance for Dol Guldur. Gandir winds up the 2-0 pitch. That's a number down the third base line foul. 2-1, count on Brockhouse. Gandir looks in at Miller, gets the sign he likes, winds and fires. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Down to the last strike now. Gandir with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gandir gets him. That's 3 Ks for Carly Brockhouse. This one's over. Isengard shuts out Dol Guldur 3-0. We'll be back with a wrap-up after this.
What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. When a waitress glides up to your place with a pretty smile upon her face, here's the way to really romance her. Give her that Pabst Blue Ribbon answer. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
What do you have?
Pabst Blue Ribbon. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Smoother, smoother, smoother flavor. Zest and sparkle, million flavor. Taste that smoother, smoother flavor.
Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Finest beer served anywhere. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Prove it yourself with a 3-way experts test. 1, your eyes are pleased with that blue ribbon clearness and sparkle. 2, your nose is teased with the aroma of blue ribbon hops. 3, your taste agrees. Finest beer served anywhere. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Well, it's 3-0 is the final score here. The Isengard Raiders shut out the Dol Guldur Dragons on 2 hits. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Isengard. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Dragons. Winning pitcher is Felaviran, who's 2-2. Gandir picks up a save, his 33rd. Hashi Contreras gets the loss, and his record goes to 3-6. Player of the game, though, was Hashi Contreras. Despite giving up those 3 runs, he struck out 4, 2 walks, was named the player of the game. Probably myself would have gone for the homer by Rukak the Seer back in the 3rd inning that put the Raiders up 3-0, but it's not my call. It was partly cloudy, 67 degrees with a wind blowing in from left at 15 miles an hour. 2 hours, 35 minutes, the time of the game in front of 44,806. This puts the Raiders 1 game ahead of the Dragons in the Troll Division for the time being, but there are still 5 more games between these 2 teams, 2 more left in this series alone. Quickly looking at the rest of the league, it's 12-1 Carrick in the top of the 7th, Carrick ahead of Buckleberry. 4-2 Dead Marshes in the top of the 6th at Dead Marshes over Dunharrow. Old Forest is at Rivendell later. Minas Morgul has a 7-1 lead in the bottom at the end of 8 in Minas Morgul over Daggerlad. Moria defeated Bree 9-2. Numenor at Lothlorien later on. Erebor at Lake Town. Erebor hangs on to win 10-9. Misty Mountain at Grey Havens later. And in game number 2 of a 2-game doubleheader, Ravenhill won the first game 4-3, coming up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. But Weathertop is tied in the top of the 9th, their second game at 3-3, and the Witch Kings are still batting, and they've got a runner on second. That looks like it's it for this week. We'll see you next week for one more game before playoff baseball.